Lovely YouTube watchers of my YouTube. Hope you're all okay out there. It's been a while since I've done a little chat directly to you. Hope you're all okay. Now, my issue is I've been driving myself mad trying to figure out how to do reaction videos. Something that I've got involved with on another channel that I've started, another channel, sort of given up with my tarot reading channel, even though it has got like 300 people watch it. I feel like I've come to the end of the road with wanting to do the readings. I think I might be suffering from a little bit of burnout, honestly, with I just can't conjure up the enthusiasm for opening the cards to do another reading when there's not a person sitting in front of me. You know, like when I'd go out and I do tarot readings or tea leaf, when you've got people, it just makes the whole thing so more meaningful for me. So I think I'm probably going to let that one go. And then I've been trying to figure out how to make little videos commenting on stand-up comedians and how they behave, because I do love a bit of stand-up comedy. And I've really been struggling to learn how to do that, literally driving myself mad. And in the meantime, loads of coincidences and synchronicities have been happening. And I do try and take photos and send them to my Instagram. So if you want to have a look at those, they're on Instagram at Tastastic Silver. So that's in real time. I do post those to Instagram. And also, I've been working with people to create some more videos for this channel where people are going to come on and talk about their things. So I've got one lady who she's had a very, very long and interesting life, and she's also had lots of really interesting things happen to her. While I'm talking about this, I'm going to quickly open my camera, and so I'm going to talk you through my coincidences using my I watched a house burn down, literally. I mean, it didn't literally burn down, but it was on fire, and there was a lot of smoke, and everyone was watching it. And the fire brigade came and they put the fire out. But is it fair for me to post a picture of somebody's house burning? Post a little video? I don't know. Would you really want to see that on the internet, your house burning down? People watching it happen. No one was injured, no one was hurt, and they did save the house. But it is just a weird thing to see, isn't it? A house burning in the middle of absolutely beautiful surroundings. I'll think about that one. Here's some photos of my beautiful scenery. I take a little walk along the seafront every morning if I can. And some days I see stranger things than others, you know, I just see things that are not coincidental, but they're just random, unexpected things. Like a little piece of what was a path is no longer a path, and it's in the middle of the beach. It's on the beach. It's on the beach, but it's a road to nowhere. Next day I walk down there and there's a ramshackle old boat that's appeared and been tied up. And then some days it just looks beautiful. Other days walking along, there's a little rose on my path, a little flower. And I'd mentioned a rose to someone. Actually, I had mentioned the name Rose to someone in the tarot reading that I did. And the tea leaf reading. This is what a tea leaf reading looks like. Now, if you want to do a tea leaf reading, what you have to do is cut open the tea bag, put the tea bag into the cup, drink your tea. When you get to nearly the bottom, so you've got just a little bit of tea left, you take the cup and you do this 3 times through your heart chakra, like that, round to the left. And some people like to do this anti-clockwise, and some people like to do it clockwise, like that. Whatever feels more comfortable for you, you do it around 3 times. And the sort of tea is a little bit swirly in the bottom of the cup. It's just swirling around, so it's moving the tea leaves around. And then you pour it out really slowly so that you don't pour all the tea leaves out. And then you should end up with something that looks like this. I don't know why I'm showing the camera. What am I doing? I can just upload the picture, can't I? I'm tired. I'm sorry about this, dear lovely people who watch my YouTube. Thank you for your patience. And then you end up with something like this when you go for tarot reading. And I've just got a couple of pictures of tarot readings that I did when I was doing the tea leaf reading. And I was struggling. I can't even remember where I saw this. I think it might have been Poundland, because I do like to take notice of when the cards show up on my path. And I take this as a card. It's a picture of a playing card hanging up on a bag. I went to Buckingham Palace. Oh yeah, there's a little blue butterfly here, Kensington High Street. Blue butterfly. Remember the blue butterfly story? They often tell. Esther Hicks tells the one about the blue butterflies and the blue No, it's not blue butterflies, it's butterflies and blue glass. Now here we have a combination of like a blue glass butterfly. No, I saw it in Kensington High Street, so I thought I'd take a picture. I do have a story about Kensington, actually. I was there to go and see Tim Dillon. Now, Tim Dillon is an American comedian. He's not everyone's cup of tea. I don't know anyone that wants to go and see him, and I certainly don't know anyone that wants to pay to go and see him with me. So I went on my own. Now, before the theatre show, I went along and had a stroll by Buckingham Palace down the road and sent my son a picture. Look, that's at Buckingham Palace. Because the week before, he'd been on a crystal maze thing to go and do the crystal maze game. It's like a game where you pick up all the crystals. It used to be a TV show, and now it's like a game, like an escape room type thing, but it's an event, you know, people like it, it's an experience. And when he was there, because it was only up the road, he went along to Buckingham Palace. So within 2 weeks, both him and I have been to Buckingham Palace for reasons. And then I went to the Royal Albert Hall and I saw Tim Dillon. I've been to the Royal Albert Hall before in my life. And my son gets an invite to go and see James Blunt with one of his school friends. School friends went, and somebody else had, you know, cancelled because they were unwell. Something had happened to them. And my son went along to see James Blunt unexpectedly. And he sent me a message. This was on the Wednesday. He said, guess where James Blunt is playing? I think about it. I'm thinking, where have I been recently? Don't tell me, Royal Albert Hall. Yeah. So my son was at the Royal Albert Hall on the Wednesday, and I'd been there on the Sunday. And I'd been to Buckingham Palace, and he'd been to Buckingham Palace. It's like we just both end up in the same places. It's funny. And as I was wandering towards Buckingham Palace, I thought, oh, look at this lovely little monument. There's a little archway and you can go up, like 4 flights of art galleries and things to look at. And things like all these giant horses and an angel at the top. So I was sort of drawn to it. So I went in, walked in, looked at the views, looked at Buckingham Palace, and it's all lovely. What a lovely angle, lovely view to get. And as I got to the top, I walked in and there's this abstract art on the wall, Humphrey's abstract art. But also there's a geometric shape floor design. And I looked at that, and what came back to me was a guest that I had on my YouTube channel where she talked about seeing an abstract angel. And to me, that felt like a coincidence. You know, it did. Can't deny that. I went to hotel and stayed overnight. I went to the Royal Albert Hall, which was amazing. If you ever get a chance to go to the Royal Albert Hall, I would recommend it. The bar in the base near the stall is absolutely amazing. And then I noticed a little white feather bath. Back to thinking about the YouTube video I did with Carol. The guy that she was talking about, Scott Hutchison, the singer of the group where his brother played the guitar, when he sent his demos of his music to music studios, recording studios, recording companies, he used to send a packet of cookies. I'm not sure how the crumbs of cookies started happening, but people used to start showing up at his gigs with little bags of cookie crumbs. And I don't know what the story is behind that. So if there's anyone out there that knows why that happened, let me know. I might just have a little look on WhatsApp in a minute. But while I was editing the video, I found myself eating the cookies, and then I realised I was looking at a packet of cookie crumbs as I was editing it. And that made me laugh because it's not the sort of thing you'd expect, is it, from a band to have some connection with the cookie crumbs. What else has happened? Oh yeah, I had a few things happen around subject to the top hat. I went out to see Carol, the lady that's on this YouTube channel, and we were sitting talking, and she was talking about she went to see Johnny Depp and the Hollywood Vampires. Now, I do love a bit of Johnny Depp. Who doesn't love Johnny Depp? But I did a tarot reading talking about Johnny Depp, and it's one of my biggest viewed tarot readings. So I love that connection. You know, we all sat through the Amber Heard court hearing, didn't we? I think most of us did. And then she showed me the reason why she liked to go because she likes Alice Cooper. Now, Alice Cooper, she showed me this photo, wore a top hat. And then I was driving along to Canterbury because I went to see Mickey Flanagan, another stand-up comedian. It was really fun and great. And it was a laugh, you know, everyone laughed. It was really enjoyable. But driving there was horrendous. The weather was really tragic. It was absolutely raining it down, really torrential rain. And in front of us, there was a lorry. And on this lorry, someone had drawn a picture of a face. And on that face, they'd put a top hat. That was my second top hat. And then I got to Canterbury, and there was a pub. We were standing outside this pub because we were just meandering about for a bit. And there was a picture of top hat on the wall. And then I came back and I was editing some videos, looking at Theo Von's videos because of my other channel, talking about stand-up comedy. And the first video that comes up, Theo Von has got a little top hat as one of his props that he's using. 3 top hats in, say, 24, 48 hours. 3 top hats in 3 days, pretty much. So I love that. Really great. And the reason why that came to me was because Carol showed me a picture of someone in a top hat. And then me and her had a lot of conversations again about coincidence. And she's going to come on the channel again. So I've got a few people lined up to come on as guests. I thought in between having guests, I'll share my coincidence stories with you. Take care. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.